The biggest test in hygiene school is not passing the exams. It's keeping your back from breaking in clinical hours. I still remember all of those long clinical hours. Sometimes I had to stay at school till midnight because I was just had things to do. You know, you always have things to do at hygiene school. Hygiene school is probably one of the hardest things you're ever going to do in your life. If you're someone who's planning on applying to hygiene school, or you've already applied, you've gotten in, and it's the beginning of your hygiene school, these are some of the things that you should know in advance that are just like a warning, and also some of the things that you can use to plan in advance and avoid any type of complications throughout the program. Like I said, hygiene school is difficult. Things move fast. That's one of the things that makes it very difficult. It's that there's always something that you have to do. There's exam after exam, test after test, quiz after quiz, presentation after presentation. There's so many things. And on top of that, there's your clinical hours. And then there's a list of requirements slapped to your face day one. They're like, hello, these are the things that you're going to be doing, plus these and these and these. And it doesn't end there. It doesn't even end at the end of the program. There's still more. Once you finish the program and you graduate, you actually have to take 3 different exams to get your license. I didn't know that. When I started hygiene school, they told me that there will be a board exam. I knew that, but I didn't know that I would be taking 3 different exams. I'm from California, by the way. So I had to take like a practical national board exam, a practical exam, and a REB exam. Just to say that again, I took a practical exam, which was a REB exam. I took a national board exam, which was like a half-day kind of test where you go somewhere like a DMV kind of place. They look at your ID and stuff, and then you sit there and take a test for half a day. And it's mostly case studies. They will usually, schools have a good way of getting you ready for those tests and stuff. And the practical part is really just you. No one can get you ready for that part. It's your own clinical experience and how hard you try in clinic to understand what's going to be demanded from you in the practical exam, and how if you actually have the knowledge of getting calculus and stuff off, and being able to read the radiographs and so much more, right? So the practical part depends on you. How much you're going to be willing to learn from your instructors, and also how much you're willing to focus, pay attention, and actually get things done. And then there's a third exam that I haven't talked about, which is the law and ethics. I don't know if this is for every single state. We have it in California. You have to take a law and ethics exam, which is, I think, like a 25, 30 question short exam, but you actually have to study for it. And it's hard. It's not easy. So yeah, there's a few things right off the bat that you have to know about hygiene school. And then now I'm going to talk about the things that actually will help you pass the program and get through everything. So one of the biggest things that helped me personally, and I noticed that this was helping everyone in the program, was having a good connection with the whole entire class, not just your group. Having a good connection with your cohort is gonna make sure that every time there's a chance, there's a patient, there's a opportunity for you to get something done, and if someone else doesn't need it, they will push it towards you and you're going to get it. So for example, let me give you an example. We had a requirement of like getting, for example, 10 injections done, right? And there was this person who only needed 2, and they had more people to offer. So if you have a good connection with the whole class, they're going to ask, you know, hey, I have an extra patient who needs it, and they're going to give it to you, for example. Or they're going to do a cleaning on a certain like quad, and they don't need the additional quad, but they also don't want to let the patient go without doing their cleaning in that one extra quad. But they also don't want to do extra work, you know, because they don't need it. So they only need 2 quads. They did the other 2 they don't need, but they can't let the patient go and be like, hey, I used you, I'm good now, go, bye. No. So then if you are the person who needs an additional 2 quad, they're going to give it to you because you have a good relationship with them. So it's, no one told me this, but I still happen to be like, you know, somehow, I don't know, I made a good relationship with most of the people in the class. There's always going to be those people that, you know, no matter what you do, they're not going to like you. They just have personal things going on in their own lives. And that's, I'm not trying to tell you to make everyone happy at any cost. That's never going to happen, right? But you're going to try for sure to have a good relationship with everyone in your cohort. That's the biggest thing that helped me, and it's going to help you. Another thing that I regret doing is buying all the books. I still have, I think, 90% of my books, so let me know if you guys need any dental hygiene books. But yeah, I still have a lot of my books, and I don't think I ever opened those books. I ever looked at them because there's no time for anyone to be reading books. That's there for sure. You're going to be doing a lot of your readings from slides, all the study guides that will be provided, which are all based off of the books. But because the CIs know, the schools know, everyone knows that you don't have time to sit there and read that many books. Buying the books was a waste of time. So, and money. And I still have them. They're brand new. I haven't even sold them because I don't have time for that either. But yeah, so don't buy the books if you don't need them, which most of the time you don't. And then something else that I bought, which I regret, was buying additional instruments at the end of the program to go take my board exam, you know, like my practical exam. They try and push this thing where they bring someone from either Henry Schein or Pearson, or these are some of the biggest corporations out there that provide dental supplies, and they try and bring these people to sell you instruments. And I was dumb enough to spend, I don't know, I spent like $1,500 or something and bought a lot of instruments. I even bought an electric sharpener, a tool sharpener, which I still have. That alone is worth $500. So, you know, you don't need those things. Don't buy them. Honestly, in the real world, you're lucky if you get 3 sharp instruments in an office that work, and you'll be seeing hundreds of patients. I temp sometimes, and there's offices that, you know, don't provide you anything. Literally, the only thing they give you is a mirror, a probe, and a sickle. That's it. That's all you get. The sickle is the C-shaped little tool that some people use for posterior and anterior teeth. I don't know, but yeah, like that's all you get. And if it's a temp office, you have to somehow make it work, right? You can't be like, oh hey, I need more tools. Obviously, you're not gonna go there again as a temp hygienist, but that's possible. That's there. That's out there. So try to be very confident in using whatever you have. Make things work, because that's how the real world is. So yeah, those are some of the things that I, you know, have experienced. Some of my I don't know what to call it, knowledge or wisdom, but, you know, my experiences, and wanted to share those things with you guys. And if you have any more questions, you want to know anything specific, leave your questions in the comments, and I will make another video